My trial and error didn't work very well this morning, so I'm going to try again. And I recut out hammermill, I'm not sure, the smooth paper, just to try to see if it'll be better than the Nina that I had. And I even cut out some of the die cuts and the best day, because that's one I really want to do. When this gets, I'm heating it up twice, and I have a shim on there that I'm also heating up. So we'll see what happens. I want to make sure that the plate, the very smooth plate from Pink Fresh, is smooth and hot. And I'm going to start with just a very delicate one, the Love one, and put that with some gold foil that came with the kit. And then I'm going to do the best day with the rainbow foil. After that, I just recently got a 4-pack, and it had some sort of a gunmetal, and I'd like to try the Israel and Jerusalem in that. So my light's off, so let's give this a try. Or light is steady, not off. So this is heated up. I'm going to put my foil, the pretty shiny side, down to the plate. I'm going to put the word love. And this is the same thickness, so I'm also going to put Israel on here. I'm putting a double shim. It's just a piece of Nina cardstock folded. Then I'm putting my spacer and my skinny shim on. There we go. So let's try this with the gold foil. I'm going to put it into my Vagabond. My Vagabond doesn't seem steady. I think it's on the edge. I'm going to move it back a little. Let's see if that worked. It looks like it foiled, so I'm going to move on to the next step. I'm going to put, let's see, put it in the container, the dock. I'm waiting for my light to go back on, but meanwhile I'm just going to place my foil. I put the rainbow color toward the foil. And I'm going to put Best Day on here. And I'm going to let it heat up with it on there. Meanwhile, I'm going to take this off. It looked like it foiled my shim. Didn't think about that. Ooh, but I do like it. It did foil my shim, but there's no glue. Remember before I was trying 3 layers. So this is just 1 layer of cardstock, and even the skinny little love came out, and my Israel came out. So now I'll be able to attach that to the 3 layers that I had before. So I think this is permanent. Whoops. But I'm going to fold my shim inside out just in case. I'm going to put my shim down. And while the countdown's still going on, let's see, put my layers on. And remember, I'm doing this 1 layer of paper, and I'm doing it with the rainbow that came with the machine. Meanwhile, I'm going to look at I made the font a little bigger and chunkier today. So I'm going to make sure that my paper is long enough to cover a few of these with the gunmetal. And I'm going to try to do multiples again and see what happens. So that'll be our next step. Adventure, Jerusalem, Israel. We'll see how many can fit on it. Okay, my lights are not flashing anymore, so I think the plate stayed pretty hot from our first one with the love. Let's try the rainbow. Again, I'm placing it within my vagabond and running it through. Still a double shim of 110 cardstock added to it. And I'm just going to do one sweep because I don't really want it to move at all. I'm going to plug it in because I want to use it again. I'm going to let this cool down. I might have colored this by mistake. Who knows? I could, even the things that are on there, I could maybe make a small die cut of that. So now I'm going to put the gunmetal down. And I made the gunmetal a little too big, it looks like. So let's cut. Yeah, I'm just going to try it. I put the shiny side of the gunmetal down. This is single hammermill. I'm going to put Egypt and Israel. And Jerusalem is in a few pieces, so I think I will use a space and put a J there. And an EM here. Make sure that it's on the hot plate. Because I made this so big, it's hard to see. Yeah, right there. We're good. All right. Now I will put I like the idea of the double shim. I'm pushing my button to time a minute here. Putting my spacer and my thin shim that came with the machine in. And when the light stops blinking, I'll put it through. I think, since we did a J and an EM for Jerusalem, this will be the only one that didn't fit. So I'll put that and Gaza on together with the gunmetal, Giza. These other ones, I will first use a very thin layer of adhesive and put them together and put the shiny one on top. I think that will work out well. I feel much better about this trial, and it shows you that you don't want these thick. Just one layer and then add it to thickness. So that will be a success. Meanwhile, let's just take this off and see how it came out with a rainbow. I would say that Best Day looks really, really pretty. And it comes right off. The foiling is beautiful. All right, my light is out, so let's try the letters and see if the bigger font goes well with it. So I'm removing it from the dock. putting it on my vagabond and running it through. One more time to foil, so I'm going to put it back on the dock, taking off my shims, taking off the other shims, the paper shims I added. I think if I cut back, I'm trying not to move it much because there's a couple little bubble areas. I think I'm just going to take it for what it's at. So this is Adventure. Egypt in the gunmetal. I think I need a white piece of paper so you can see it better. Egypt. This is the EM of Jerusalem. And look, the little edges of that didn't get foiled. I must have been past it. Israel and Adventure. Very happy with Adventure. There's only one little spot there that didn't work. So let's try this again. And this time, let's see, I was thinking we were done with this, but we're not. Let's do the gunmetal again. There's no tape on here, but it's hard to find the edge. There's two little dots there, and that was on the last piece too. I don't know if that's a flaw. Might want to avoid it. Looks like it goes through the whole roll. No, maybe just that. Okay, I want to be able to fit this. I think that might be big enough. Now I ended up using art booking font for the other letters on Cricut. It was chunkier letters. I stretched them out a little bit, more my liking, and I think it worked really well. So I will put the Giza down upside down. Maybe I'll go sideways here. Now I wasn't really happy with Egypt because of the EL. Maybe I'll try. Yeah. I think I'll just stick with that. I'm not sure whether, oh, is the J still on here? Yes. The J is still on the piece of paper. I'm not real happy with the J, so let's do another one. There we go. Okay. Put two paper shims, 110 cardstock. Put this down. Start my timer. Yeah, that J didn't have enough pressure. Boy, I'm really happy with the other letters, so. This Egypt would work if I just cut off the end. But this needed a little bit more. I think because I'm doing multiples on one sheet of foil, it needs a little bit fewer, a little bit more room around the multiples. I'm still a little stingy with the foil. I've got to realize that 15 feet goes a long way. Okay, now these other letters will be glued on top of each other, and after they're all nice and lined up, then I'll put the foiled one right on top, and it'll make that way it'll raise off of my titles will raise off the page a little bit. I'm not doing these for cards, I'm doing these for a memory book, scrapbook. Okay. And I still have 2 shims on there, but because we had a little bit of trouble last time, I'm going to run it through more than once, because after I take off the shims, I cannot line it up. They're not glued or anything. Okay. I'm still not going to stop the heat, because if this doesn't come out again, I'll try another layer. So remove my shims. The only thing I'm not sure about is this. So let's just see. It's cooled down already. J's beautiful. Oh, these is good too. And Rusra. That looks beautiful. So I'm going to turn my power off. Really happy with this. This gunmetal looks really nice. My J looks good. For Jerusalem. Now I did try to weld these letters, and they cut out in a weld, but they were a little bit too separated for all the letters to weld. So I guess the only thing I'm not happy with is Egypt. So why don't I turn it back on? I'll do one more Egypt. This is going to be an underlayer, because I'm very happy with everything else. So let's heat this up again. I'll take a small piece of gunmetal. Let's see, scissors under here somewhere. Cutting my gunmetal out. I'm calling it gunmetal. It probably has another name. Looks like gunmetal to me. Putting the shiny part down. Oh, that wasn't really smart. It's too small. So that little piece on here, I think I'll put that under my T. You can add layers. It'll do whatever on the bottom layer. There, now it's plenty there. I think I'll just fold this in half to get a double shim. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn my plate at a little bit of an angle. Still within the area. I guess that plate's so big I can't really do that. Okay. Let's run this, and this really will be my last time. I think It's not a heat problem, I think it's a pressure problem, so I'm going to run it twice. There we go. Oh, that looks better. Okay, let's see how Egypt came out. Now the ends of the E are there, so it will, my font will match for all my titles. Okay, I think I learned a little bit about this. One layer works great if you want to put the 110 cardstock in, and it foils very nicely. If you want to make it raised, we'll just add layers of other die cuts, same size, glue them together after the top layer is foiled. Okay, finally a success. Have a great day, and God bless.